Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute. Monday Night Raw, we are back.
And boy, what a night we got tonight. First things first, we have the game hit. We have Triple H coming out all by his lonesome, and that's because he is fuming about what happened last week. He's absolutely upset.
Yeah, because his mentor, his friend, his idol,
his everything,
everything. Yes,
literally every one of those adjectives and more describe Triple H and Flair's relationship, and he demands that there be consequences for these actions, consequences for the disrespect, consequences for going against Evolution, and he demands that Bischoff and Tori do something about it. He demands consequences.
Yes.
Out comes Paul Heyman.
Ooh, okay. I like that. That's a fun development.
Thank you. And Paul Heyman, by himself, by his lonesome, looks Triple H dead in the eyes, and he says, "It's good that you're focused on consequences, Hunter, but you're focusing on consequences for the wrong people. What you should be worrying about is the consequences of what you did against my client, Brock Lesnar, at Elimination Chamber. Whew. You shouldn't forget that, because I can guarantee to you that Brock Lesnar did not forget. I can guarantee to you that Brock Lesnar did not forget how you won that undisputed title that's on your shoulder right now, sir. And don't you worry, because those consequences you're talking about will come to you, point to the sign, WrestleMania." Of course, Triple H, not a fan of Paul interrupting him when he's upset.
Absolutely.
Puts his hands on Paul Heyman. He goes, "I'm just an advocate. I'm just an advocate." Kind of skipping
Paul
ahead a decade.
But it's true, though. Yeah, I think it was called Agent back then.
Just an agent.
He was an agent, yeah. It was what he was called.
I'm about to say, same energy, though.
Same energy, exactly, yeah.
Of course, as soon as he touches Brock's music hits, he runs down to the ring to save his guy, save his agent.
Such an amazing baby face, this guy. So he had such, and still does, honestly. Still does. So it's not as though that he lost a step, but when he had that new fresh car, that new car smell.
Yeah, I'm about to say that brand new, never been touched.
He just had such a unique presence to him.
Yeah. Looking. Thanks to the show, I've gone back because I've remembered stuff.
Absolutely.
And just look back at these old Brock Lesnar segments. I'm like, wow, Brock was amazing.
Yes.
It was crazy when he did more than just 4 suplexes.
Right.
And an F5.
It sometimes saddens me that he does so little, but I understand where it's coming from.
I'm about to say, I get it. If I was getting paid that money to do 4 moves, I would too.
So, Raven has said in this awesome shoot interview that just learn 5, get good at 5 holds, and then focus on your character. and he's like, just get 5 good holds, and then learn your character.
Every day I would get reminded by just how great Raven is.
Love that guy.
Man, John Cena took that advice to heart.
Yes.
He said, just 5? Got you.
No problem.
No problem. Of course, Triple H sees Brock Lesnar charging down at top speed and goes, "Yeah, no, I'm not going to need that. I don't need any of that." Pushes Paul down, grabs the belt, escapes to the crowd and said, "Yeah, no, I'm good. None of that for me." Ends the first segment of the night. As we come back for commercial, Tori is standing next to Eric and goes, consequences. You know, Triple H brings up a great point about those consequences, Eric. I'm really curious. How did the Deadly Riders get in the building last week? Of course, Eric, classic Eazy-E fashion, is like, I don't know. Anything could have happened. Before he digs too deep of a hole, Tori, of course, reminds him that, Nassau Coliseum has cameras, right?
I'm just a motorcycle enthusiast, that's all.
That's all. I just really like motorcycles. The Deadly Riders love motorcycles.
Yeah, we're boys, don't you know?
Didn't you know?
We met at Sturgis.
Of course, Eric, fesses up and says, okay, fine, I let them in. I thought it would be great for ratings.
Yeah, controversy creates cash.
Controversy creates cash. And again...
You ever read that book?
I didn't read it, but I have read about it.
Okay, yeah, it's a good book.
Yeah, because I've heard people talking about it on podcasts and stuff, so... But yeah, I'd have figured it would be a good book, because, I mean, the concept of it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and Eric, man, he's one of those folks. At first, I was not a fan, because I didn't understand. But once I learned his true backstory, I was like, I'm with you.
I get it.
Like, you're my boy right there. Well, like, legit, he lied on his resume to get the big power position in WCW.
Yep.
Do you know why?
I don't know. Oh, he wanted the job, but...
Well, because they didn't want a wrestling guy. So he just omitted all the TV experience he had was with the AWA.
Smart.
So I have on-air TV experience. Not with the AWA. I have TV producing experience with the AWA.
That is brilliant.
Oh, because they were like, oh, these wrestling people, they're so stupid. And so he just left off what they didn't want and gave them all the stuff they did like. Oh, it's so cool.
So effing smart.
Yeah.
Technically, he didn't even lie.
Exactly.
He told the God honest truth. He just left out the part he knew would get him not hired.
Exactly.
Smart man. Well, he's an idiot here. But
That's fine. It's a fun segment.
Yeah, but aside from that, listen, technically my job is to make sure the ratings for Raw are as high as humanly possible. And Tori says, that's a great point, which is why I'm only fining you $50,000 for breaking the brand spread rules.
Okay.
That are very set in stone. And don't worry, you won't be getting fined alone. The Deadly Riders are also being fined. I've already talked to Stephanie about it. And to really double down on this punishment, I've also decided that if they want to come to Raw, let's invite them as guests and have them wrestle a match against one of our best tag teams, the Dudley Boys, which will be happening next week.
Okay. Well, that is exciting stuff.
Yeah. Of course, Eric's like, damn, $50,000 is a lot of money. But the ratings next week.
There's give and take.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Next up, we just have, last episode, I mentioned that there would be a fourth slot open for...
Yes, the tag team match.
Tag team match
at WrestleMania.
So,
the three teams that are in are the champions, which are...
Samoan SWAT team.
Samoan SWAT team. The world's greatest tag team of...
Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
Third team is Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys.
Because they're all-time greats.
Dudley Boys.
Yeah,
Because they are the Dudley Boys.
Exactly. Okay.
Because not having the Dudley Boys on WrestleMania makes no sense.
Absolutely.
All right.
But yeah, 14.
Yep. So, that is what we're determining right here, right now. Or so we think.
Yes.
So,
I'm ready.
It is a triple threat tag team match to get the opportunity to fill that fourth slot.
I'm trying to think who your other three teams are.
Yeah, I had a hard time too because, we don't have... I looked at my roster and realized we don't have that many people, even though we think we do.
Yeah, so it's true. Because I was actually thinking about this earlier today. I thought to myself, and here's why I was thinking it. I'll just lay it out.
Yeah, I'm about to set that out there.
So, Maxwell Jacob Friedman right now has a feud with Wardlow, a feud with Samoa Joe, a feud with Switchblade Jay White, a feud with Roderick Strong, a feud with a man in a devil mask.
Yeah, but we don't even know yet.
Yeah, I have a theory, but that's okay.
I have 3, but...
Theories?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's fun. We'll talk about that when I stop recording.
For sure.
But my point was, I was like, man, I really like this multi-man, or, Yeah, multi-man.
Yep.
Targeting the top guy storyline.
Doesn't make sense.
But I was going over it and I was like, man, if only I had hundreds and hundreds of people on my freaking active roster.
And still growing.
And still growing, yes, exactly. Because that's something that Tony has in spades, which is human bodies.
Yep.
Even when you get an orbital bone broken or a concussion protocol.
I was about to say, you have fired Punk.
Couple concussion protocols actually right now.
2 or 3 people were hurt. Mox was hurt.
Another guy suspended.
Oh
my goodness.
And the roster still looks stacked.
Freaking massive.
Incredible.
And like, here's the other thing. Here's the mind-blowing thing. There are actually people that are underutilized. I think Ethan Page is a fine example of a guy who could be doing more.
Absolutely. He's currently on ROH right now. He might. I don't know. I have a feeling he could win the world title in ROH.
I'd be okay with that.
Which I'm a fan of, but I'd like him to be on AEW.
Yes.
Keith Lee.
Yes, that's another great example of a guy who needs to be doing more.
Yeah.
But I was just going over it in my head. I was like, man, I wish I could be doing these So, as you know, we try to have each division have a solid story all the time. Maybe even a subplot for the divisions.
Exactly.
But we don't have the depth that it would take to have 3 and 4, even 5 storylines running for all divisions at all times because, we just don't have...
Genuinely don't have enough people.
Exactly.
Like my women's division, first of all, there's very few women in WWE at this point who could wrestle full stop.
Yes.
And then subtract that because even less of them...
And also injuries. Yeah. You also got that to worry about.
Injuries. So, literally, I'm missing Lita.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, that's 10 storylines I had going. I don't get her back until September.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, so that's one of the big hang-ups with this project. Because now, granted, I think that
these are self-imposed rules.
I was going to say I think the rules are important.
Yes.
Because without them, it's just such a cheat. But for every one person we get, it feels like we lose 1 or 2.
Yeah.
On a regular.
That feels valid.
I will say this, though. I know that by the time we get to Survivor Series, I feel pretty happy with my roster. I don't know how yours is looking. But by the time we get to Survivor Series, which is, obviously a while away.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I was like, okay, things are pretty good. And then by, January, they're already depleting again. I'm like, oh, every time.
What a great life.
Sorry, go ahead with your tag team match.
Yes, triple threat match.
Yes.
So, we have Sean O'Haire and Kane.
Oh, okay, that's a good team right there.
Yes,
that's
sir.
a good team right there, yeah.
Versus Al Snow and Richards.
Oh, okay, that makes sense as well, given that both sets there are in factions.
Exactly. And then last but not least, you want to take a guess?
Oh, I know it.
You know it?
I know. There's no way it's not.
Go with this.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be. It's
Yes,
the logical progression of the storyline.
Exactly.
Which is there's nothing wrong with that. What's right is what's right. Exactly.
And of course, in classic Easy fashion, he's going to steal an idea. He was a big fan of the Tornado Team Championships 6-man.
Oh, my match
on SmackDown.
Yeah, Team Extreme Tornado Champions match. Yes.
Thank you. All the words just escaped me. I just remember you don't say tag, and that's
because they don't tag. Yes,
they don't tag.
Yeah.
But so tornado style match.
Oh my goodness!
In there.
Pause for just 1 second.
Yeah.
This is a really fun match to play on 2K.
Oh, big time.
So I have saved as a match type the elimination or the Falls Count Anywhere elimination 3-team match. So team versus team versus team.
Yeah.
It's so fun to play it.
Yeah, that's what inspired it because I played it the other day.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
good stuff.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do this on the show.
Yeah.
So, a lot going on. Long show, so I'm gonna just cut to the chase.
Absolutely.
The match ends. Billy Gunn nails Richards with a famouser. O'Haire hits what I'm now dubbing the Devil's Cruelty.
Ooh.
Which is just his remember the Widowmaker?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I like that.
Widowmaker just
with a new name.
Yeah. He
Smart.
hits the Widowmaker on what? Al. So O'Haire pins Al, Billy pins Richards same time. So we don't know who has the spot. The spot's in limbo as of right now.
Okay, that's good.
But both
But intrigue.
For sure, Al Snow and Richards do not have the spot.
Yes, Hardcore Vice is out.
Is out of there.
Legendary Hardcore Vice.
I'm about to say. Exactly. Love him to death, not in the match.
Yes.
We have Trish backstage in the women's locker room just talking trash. Like, man, I'm so good at everything I do. I retain my championship, no problem. Molly and Victoria are out of my hair. I got nothing to worry about. And of course, the whole time she's talking this trash, Tori's standing right behind her. Nothing to do, huh? Board. You know, I hear you really wanted a match at Mania. Don't worry, I got you, kid. You're gonna be wrestling the winner of Nydia versus Jazz next week. Whoever wins that match.
Yeah, and what day is your show?
Today?
Yes.
The 10th.
10th. So in 20 short days.
20.
20 short days.
Oh my God. Whew. This man is getting closer and closer.
Yes.
All right. So
It's an exciting time.
It really is.
I mean, both in real life and here on the channel.
I'm about to say, yeah. This is my favorite time of the year. Man.
Yeah, all for sure.
All the action picks up. So Christian, of course, is coming out to commentary, as is
Now the huge.
exactly to see the finals main event of the evening, U.S. title tournament. We have Rikishi coming out with the Samoan SWAT team.
My boys.
We have Kurt Angle coming out with the rest of Team Angle.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have John Cena coming out with John Cena.
He's a heel, right?
Yeah. All by his lonesome.
My question is this.
What's up?
There was a period of time, now, and maybe we're not there yet, but there was a period of time when John Cena was a heel where the fans did not care and they cheered him anyway.
Yeah.
You think we're getting there yet, or just still a little more time?
They're not a fan of him cheating, but they are vibing with him.
Cool. Because in my mind, when Rikishi has a crew and
Angle.
Kurt has a crew,
Yep.
I almost would think that John's crew is the fans.
The C Nation.
Yeah, the not yet C Nation.
Before there was C Nation.
Yeah, before that there were the Chain Gang.
The Chain Gang. I was trying to figure out the name.
That's what he called them when he had
God. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Dude, I had that chain. I had that
Did
chain.
you really have that big?
Dude, I was 16. I was 16. I probably had my car no time. And I drove to a show in a place that I wasn't familiar with, right?
Yeah.
Had such a good time at the show. Left, couldn't find my car.
No.
So this cop, he sees me all lost, and he's like, can I help you? I was like, I'm looking for my car. And he's like, hop in. Or, I think he said hop in. Maybe.
He said we'll go look for it.
Yeah, basically, he helped me look, right? And he's like, is that it? I'm like, yeah, that's me.
All right.
It gets better. I get lost.
Yeah, oh my God.
So I get in the car, and then so this is no GPSs, no smartphones.
How about this is back in the day?
Yeah, exactly. It's actually probably roughly around the time of this show.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Well, actually, it was a little earlier. No, it's roughly around the time of the show.
03 area?
Yeah, that feels right.
Man.
Yeah, because I didn't graduate until 2005, so when I was 18. Anyway, back to the point. I got lost. I called home from a gas station. Oh, it was so funny.
Oh man,
Good times.
the memories.
Yeah, main event though.
All right, sorry.
Amazing main event.
Yes.
So to me, it's funny. All three of the guys that you have booked in this main event, Rikishi, Kurt Angle, and John Cena. There's one thing that comes to mind when I think of these three guys.
They've all been former U.S. champions.
No, SmackDown.
Just SmackDown.
SmackDown in general. So they
yeah.
all feel like SmackDown guys to me.
I guess that's a good point.
In the real world.
Yeah,
Now, in our
in
world,
reality.
they've never been on SmackDown.
Once.
Yeah, so that's all.
No, that's valid. I mean, Kurt was literally one of the original SmackDown 6.
Yes.
Cena made his career on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Well, the first half of it anyway.
Yeah. The before being world champion career.
And then, I mean, Rikishi was everywhere, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, WCW,
Yeah. Exactly.
freaking WWF, Raw, SmackDown, all of it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, pretty much.
I think NXT is the only place he ain't been.
Well, we'll give it time. He's not dead yet.
I think he's also got another son coming up.
Oh, that's right.
Got another one, so he might.
At this
pop
point,
in.
I'm starting to question, how many kids does this man have?
I think
feel
he's got
like
the 4. I think he's got
Just the 4, we're sure? No.
Well, 4 boys.
4.
He might have some girls out there. I don't
my
know.
Lord.
I ain't never Googled it.
Man, I tell you what, they're like big families in the Anna Wife and
That's
Fatu
true, yeah.
and the whole squad of them.
Absolutely. They call it the Samoan Dynasty.
There you go, Samoan Dynasty. Yeah, it definitely cuts down some words.
Some of them are challenging too.
Yeah, it's got apostrophes, commas, nouns, adjectives. Okay. But yes, this match. So, obviously, Samoan SWAT team and World's Greatest Tag Team are in the tag match in Mania. So
Correct.
Of course, they gotta bear down and just pushing match, shoving, cursing at each other, saying disrespectful words, and then finally they're just like, screw it, let's just fight.
Yeah. Oh,
So they started throwing hands.
sounds good to me.
And of course, Kurt Angle's like, oh my god, the attention's not on me. So, of course, he goes up to the top rope and Charlotte Flair style, but actually hitting it. Does
Oh, the moonsault. Oh.
Without no twist.
Oh.
So not Charlotte Flair.
Oh, yeah. But I get your point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful
And the other good thing about it being equal, two tag teams going at it, is there's a greater chance you won't have that guy just standing there waiting to get hit.
Yeah. Like, all right, let me just wait 5 minutes. All right. And now it's my turn.
Exactly.
Because
that's one of the bad things about the dive spot is like there often tends to be a guy just standing there waiting to get hit.
It's like Kurt Angle, and you see that meme where Triple H is about to punch him, and Kurt's like,
"Oh yeah, yeah."
Absolutely.
Oh
classic.
my goodness, dude! Nick Wayne did that.
Did he do
it just the other day? So Edge Adam Copeland hadn't gotten in the spot yet.
Yeah.
And so Nick Wayne's just standing there waiting to get hit. I was like, oh man, kid.
Come on, you gotta improvise.
Yes.
Punch him if you want to.
I mean, he's young, but it's we're national
Dang,
TV.
I keep forgetting he's 18.
Yes.
Effing child, that kid. So, after the moonsault, Rikishi, of course, distracted because his boys are down, so Cena takes advantage with remember his like old proto bomb?
Yes, sir. Protoplex.
Yes, Protoplex. Thank you. Couldn't remember the name. Nails that on Rikishi. Of course, the crowd goes, "Whoa! He did that on such a big guy!" For a 2.
Yes.
Later on in the match, Rikishi, of course, hits the big keys driver on Kurt Angle. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Gets the 1, the 2, almost gets the 3 before Stacy pulls the referee out because he's not moving Rikishi.
Exactly.
Out of the ring. And of course, Christian's like, no, none of this. Comes out, picks up Stacy, takes her to the back. She is out of the way. Rikishi is measuring Angle. He's telling him to get up, looking for another Rikishi driver. When Cena slips in, picks up, hit him with the FU. Crowd goes crazy. And then, of course, Kurt Angle slides in. Angle slam. Cena lands directly on Rikishi's ankle.
Okay.
And then, of course, Angle being
the smart wrestler, yes,
ring general that he is, he's like, oh my god,
let's just do it.
A wrestler with an injured ankle.
I'm ready. I prepared my whole life for this moment.
This is it. Slaps on the old ankle lock. Rikishi's, of course, fighting valiant. He doesn't want to tap, but as soon almost gets the ropes, Angle pulls him back. Slaps on the grapevine. It's academic at that point. Rikishi taps out. Kurt Angle has the U.S. title
going
shot
to the WrestleMania. Love it.